Hey everybody, it's Princess Castleberry, and I help leaders think like risk managers to better protect their people, purpose, and profits. Now, today we're going to talk about conflict. And you know what? Why not? We should be talking about conflict because it is 100% guaranteed in all of our highest value relationships. So we might as well learn how to do it really, really well. Now, there are 8 types of workplace conflict that I want to cover in this series, and I'm going to address the first 4 in this video. We'll have a second one. The first one I want to just dive right into are what are called task conflicts. Those are the conflicts that come up between coworkers and colleagues over who's going to do what. And the simplest way to define that is just to make sure that everybody on your team has a really well-defined role that outlines their responsibilities. And most important, it needs to outline their decision-making authority. I see teams break down all the time and argue over what's their job and what's not their job and how somebody's stepping on their toes because management has failed to outline people's decision-making authority in their roles. If you do that, you can avoid a lot of task conflicts. The second one are leadership conflicts. These are the conflicts that happen between leaders and their staff. And so, again, it's really important to understand the specific roles and charges and what leaders go through to make the decisions. The more transparency you have around how you make decisions as a leader, the more conflicts you can avoid with your teams. Another thing is that leaders just need to develop skills. Conflict should be used not as a defensive mechanism, but something that should be used proactively in an organization for creativity, for innovation, for problem solving, and doing all types of amazing things. So leaders in particular need the skills to know how to properly and in a healthy way instigate and initiate conflict to bring about new ideas. Another tool that can be used in leadership conflict, believe it or not, is succession planning. Having a clear road to succession for your current leaders, or a clear road to advancement and succession for their replacements can also alleviate some of the stress born from leadership conflict. The third one that I want to talk about are work style conflicts. Now, this goes back into those, this could happen between colleagues or between leaders and their teams. And anybody in the organization. Work style literally talks about how, people get the job done, right? And people today, I think, enjoy lots of flexible working arrangements and things like that. But we still get into work style conflicts when we don't really know what somebody is really great at or how they excel. So I like to use assessments, tools like the Working Genius, DISC profiles, and those sorts of tools can be really helpful in defining a person's personality type and their overall style so that we can make sure that people are basically in the right roles. Now, the last one that I want to cover in this really short video are really important. These are the conflicts that arise out of values and ethics, okay? Remember, the values that you have for your company are really the lifeblood of the culture. And ethics are what gives us guardrails as we're making various decisions on how to grow our companies, right? And so when we notice that people are having conflicts over the values and the ethical decisions in the company, that's when it's really important to step back. Make sure you have some very basic risk mitigation strategies in your company, like an ethics hotline, right? Having some way that people can anonymously share things that they've experienced without fear of retaliation. But it's really good to sit down, host discussions, roundtables about how we live out our values in an organization. What do you do when you face a challenge with a customer? What about when there's a huge opportunity that we want to avail ourselves of? How do we deliberate that decision to pursue that opportunity relative to our values? Employees need to see leaders think through and use and walk through their values if you really want them to take them in to their daily work and to help your company avoid a whole host of issues, including flat out destroying your culture. So super quick video, under 5 minutes. I want you to stay tuned for the rest of it. We're going to talk some more about the conflicts that can hold you back and how we overcome them. Thanks.